Uh, Turning Point USA is Mormon.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. The two-word combination, utter destruction, appears 15 times in Scripture Quad. The first intentional one is in Zechariah 14. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. Verse 9, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. Going back to verse 12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. This is footnoted, I'm assuming, to Revelation concerning Armageddon, in which is repeated without the term utter destruction, which is why Bruce R. McConkie was obsessed with Armageddon, the day that shall burn as an oven, being nuclear. I've had that video clip from conference talk about the Holocaust that will not save Mormons. Though he tries to buffer it by saying, only the power of the priesthood. Oh, Bruce, you know no better now than you did then. Yep. So the rest of the utter destructions come from Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. 1 Nephi 14. And the great pit which hath been digged for them by the great and abominable church, which was founded by the devil and his children, that he might lead away the souls of men down to hell. Yea, that great pit which hath been digged for the destruction of men shall be filled with those who digged it unto their utter destruction, saith the Lamb of God. Not the destruction of the soul, save it be the casting of it into that hell which hath no end. Not referring to temporal, but spiritual. Right, Oaks? We're leading to it, YouTube. Hold on. YouTube made a boo-boo. The veil of YouTube was lifted, and I witnessed the truth. So, after my incident a couple of days ago, today I got a bloody nose. Utter destruction of the nose. Alma chapter 9. For the Lamanites shall be sent upon you, and if ye repent not, they shall come in a time when you know not. I thought it was Jesus. And ye shall be visited with utter destruction, and it shall be according to the fierce anger of the Lord. For he will not suffer you that you shall live in your iniquities to destroy his people. Chapter 10. verse 22. A couple of places. Ye are laying plans to pervert the ways of righteousness, of the righteous, and to bring down the wrath of God upon your heads, even to the utter destruction of this people. If the time should come that this people should fall into transgression, they would be ripe for destruction. Yea, and I say unto you that if it were not for the prayers of the righteous, who are now in the land, that you would even now be visited with utter destruction. Yea, it would not be by flood, as were the people in the days of Noah, but it would be by famine, pestilence, sword. So, anybody know your Matthew 24? As in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the latter days. They may have footnoted it. I'm not going to check. I don't want to lose the string, the chain. 54. And now behold, we are prepared to receive you, yea, and except you withdraw your purposes, behold, ye will pull down the wrath of that God whom ye have rejected upon you, even to your utter destruction. 58:9. Lest by any means the judgments of God should come upon our land to our overthrow and utter destruction. 60:29. Behold, it is time, yea, the time is now at hand, that except ye do bestir yourselves in the defense of your country, and your little ones, and your wives, and your concubines, the sword of justice doth hang over you, yea, and it shall fall upon you, and visit you even to your utter destruction. The heading of Helaman, 7-16. God threatens the people of Nephi that he will visit them in his anger to their utter destruction, except they repent of their wickedness. Samuel the Lamanite is sent to the cyber wall of Zarahemla, the capital city of the church, when he is not the head of the church. And the Mormons, the Nephites, don't believe him. Want to murder him. How dare you tell us we're wicked? We're the one and only one true church on the face of the earth with a great spirit. Great spirit. Spirit. Helaman chapter 13. Yea, I will visit them in my fierce anger. There shall be those of the fourth generation who shall live of your enemies, to behold your utter destruction. So, I'm a fifth great grandson of John Solomon Fulmer, for which my dad would be, if that were the family name, fourth generation. Oakes would be third generation. So, let's see. There's my dad, grandpa, great-grandpa, great-great-grandpa, and third-great-grandpa. So 4 generations. I'm 5. My dad would be 4. Just saying. Sure, it's just a coincidence. Because you're positive, Mormons, right? That the Book of Mormon is literal history and has nothing to do with any parallel to the final 3 decades of the coming of the Christ to America, right? Decades are not generations, Travis. You're not getting it. You do not know the information I know. You didn't study. 3rd Nephi 2:13. And it shall come to pass before this 13th year. Had passed away. I was checking on that yesterday. The Nephites were threatened with utter destruction because of this war. 3rd Nephi 3. Therefore, if they should come down against you, they would visit you with utter destruction. Ether 11. In the days of Coriantor, there also came many prophets, and prophesied of great and marvelous things, and cried repentance unto the people. And except they should repent, the Lord God would execute judgment against them to their utter destruction. And to finish only in the Book of Mormon. Utter destruction. Dominantly in the Book of Mormon. With Zechariah 14, from which it is based from. I didn't know. I just typed in utter destruction, saw that there were 15, and started doing the video. Moroni 9:22. And I pray unto God that he will spare thy life, to witness the return of his people unto him, or their utter destruction. Oh, look, the end of the Book of Mormon. The utter destruction of the Nephites. This is what's called, in literature terms, a tragedy. Although Terminators burning in the 3rd degree could also be appropriate. Gotta do this first, though. We're getting there, YouTube. Gotcha. I knew there was something going on. Second vision. Joseph Smith is given the calendar date and clock time for the latter days by giving the rock and a hat that allows him to decode and unseal the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon using spirit, S-P-R-T, seer, prophet, revelator, translator. And then Nephi, if I have to tell you because you don't know, then tells him in this vision at his bedside, wearing the white shirt from yesterday. Actually, it was the day before, wasn't it? Yeah, Wednesday. But for tomorrow morning, I got a sneeze coming. Quotes from Malachi. Messenger. Oh, he says he's a messenger. Malachi. For all of you who don't know Hebrew. Joseph Smith knows a little Hebrew, as he supposes. It's 1838 when he's doing this, so yes, he knows Hebrew by now. And would come out to tell us more about Hebrew with his King Follett sermon. Biblical Hebrew text is wrong. Everybody should have believed him. Everybody betrayed Joseph. Biblical Hebrew text was written 800 to 1000 CE, 500 years after Constantine. What the Jews did was try to impose the Septuagint translation onto the original Dead Sea Scrolls biblical Hebrew texts, with some of them were in Greek, but the ones that were biblical Hebrew were not translated correctly into the Septuagint Greek. And that's why when the Jews, Masoretes, tried to render a translation, they believed the Christians that the Jews translated it. And therefore, their imposition created a multi-personality disorder of the original Jewish authors, resulting in the errors of translation that Joseph Smith is referring to. You dumbass apologists who betrayed Joseph. So yes, Elohim is to be translated in the plural all the way through. Remove all of what the Masoretes put in, and then you will see clearly to translate correctly. Oh, you don't know Paleo-Hebrew because you think it wasn't deciphered yet? Never been to my academia page? Bleep you. I was in your midst. And yeah, I still remember the letter, John DeLynn. Sorry, not John DeLynn, John Gee. Oops. Yeah, I have visionary memory. I do not have memorization memory. Mrs. Fiskin in 5th grade pissed me off, so that I wanted nothing more to do with monkey see, monkey do education in America. We're almost there. Not there yet. So, yeah, I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. Farms, F. Michael Watson, know me very well, and thus the Strengthening Church Members Committee, with the whole leadership of the church. Right, Oaks? Oh no! You've been missing. How does Travis know these things? Spirit. There's only one, and it's me, Oaks. So, one of the chapters of Malachi was slightly adjusted. And then Willard Richards slightly adjusted it again, as I found out earlier this year. Because I had already made the connection that this refers to the evil disposed and designing militant Danite missionaries of Brigham Young, from verse 1. Who were lying about Joseph Smith's church. And got him locked up in Liberty Jail this time around to keep this from getting published. And with a little tweaking by Willard Richards, it was put in as canon under, well, John Taylor. Oh God, Pearl of Great Price. It's not about an actual literal pearl. It's about one of those little ones of wives. Oh my hell. Was she really that expensive? Just awful. Church is so evil. So, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall burn as stubble. Then Joseph Smith made an alteration, for which Willard Richards altered it to confess it's the Danites who are going to cause this. For they that come shall burn them, saith the Lord. Not the Lord, the Danites. Claiming to be the one and only one true church on the face of the earth as Christian, even though everything is pagan, according to Christians, because of the first creed of Christianity, which resulted in the abominable Septuagint version, falsely translated. I know the Book of Mormon plagiarizes even the Septuagint. The ships of Tarshish and the pleasant pictures, both are in the Book of Mormon. I know these things. You see these hairs, kids? I know more about the Book of Mormon than you think you do, from the Monkey See, Monkey Do of John DeLynn and Alyssa Grenfell. So, he then adds in 39 to Malachi. He shall plant in the hearts of the children the promises made to the fathers. Hearts of the children shall turn to the fathers. If it were not so, the whole earth would be utterly wasted. Chocolate wasted? At his coming. Strange. Adding utterly to the text. This is why the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints under Brigham Young created rituals of the temple by proxy. Not Joseph. For Joseph, resurrection is the Jewish translation, interpretation, and definition, not the Christian. Turned physical by Brigham Young, rather than spiritual by Christians. Trinity is because Willard Richards confesses that they are the ones coming to burn everybody. So this is coding for the Danites. And that's why they do the rituals, in similitude of the burning of the Holy Ghost in the latter days. Not the flood of baptism, but by the burning of the Spirit. The Spirit of God, like a fire, is burning. The Destruction and Burning Company. Right, Governor Cox? You arrested yet? Death penalty? It's a high crime. High capital crime. Death penalty. For betrayal of Utah while in office, causing death and destruction upon the people. Right, Oaks? So, verse 40. He talks about the Lord, who will come and rule over New Jerusalem. Zechariah 14. He quoted also the 3rd chapter of Acts, 22nd, 23rd verses, precisely as they stand in our New Testament. Okay? And so he's going to quote, because there's quotes. He said that that prophet was Christ. Hey, that's the Jewish Christ. Zechariah. Therefore, it can't be Christian Jesus. Duh. But the day had not yet come when they, I wonder who Joseph is talking about. Pronouns. Who would not hear his voice. Samuel Lamanite on the internet wall? Talking about utter destruction? Should be cut off. Oh, well, that's not utter destruction. From among the people. Soon would come. Curiously, down in verse 42, I should not show the plates to any person, nor should I take out the Urim and Thummim and get arrested on the 20th of March, 1826. For which the Methodist preacher would kick me, my wife, and her parents out of Harmony north of Pittsburgh because I'm a glass looker. Dad would put me on timeout for a whole year to not have any involvement with the Book of Mormon anymore. Till it was finished. Bruce R. McConkie would change the date of section 10 to deceive Mormons. Nonetheless, and I neither should show the breastplate or the rocks in the hat, only to those whom I should be commanded to show them. If I did, I should be destroyed. Utterly is added, destroyed, after quoting precisely as they stand in our New Testament, with cut off instead, which is the Book of Mormon version, 3 Nephi 20:23. Because if you were to go to Acts to check if it really is a plagiarism, Joseph always plagiarizing, because obviously there can't be a reason for it, because the Bible is the Word of God. Right, Mormons? All a bunch of dumbasses. For Moses truly said unto the fathers, A prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren like unto me. Hey, the Jewish Christ, not Jesus. Him shall ye hear in all things, whatsoever he shall say unto you. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. And all the prophets from Samuel the Lamanite and those that follow after, as many as have spoken, have likewise foretold of these latter days. Oh, it's not Samuel the Lamanite? You don't know Hebrew, do you? Sucks to be you, that you don't know the name of God. Correct Greek translation is utterly destroyed. Ta-da! Down. As a child, I watched Battlestar Galactica. I didn't know it was by a Mormon. Larson, one of them was a member of the 70, and then the other one was involved with the creation of Battlestar Galactica. But I caught on to the pattern matching to my religion as a boy. It was 78 when I got started. Lasted for a couple of years, and then they did Battlestar Galactica in 1980, which, what the hell is this? Dr. Zaius? Yes, you finally made a monkey. Oh, you finally made a monkey out of me. It was some other name, but still. What a joke. He had absolutely no role in the show other than to brag about him. Oh yeah, he's the greatest guy. Oh, he's so intelligent. He was born that way. Oh, is Starbuck his daddy? No. Starbuck is the cuckold who saved Mommy's life with the help of the Cylon stranded on the planet. Can I help fix this show? Please? An immaculately conceived woman. I caught on. In outer space, clothed with the sun, Moon under her feet, upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Starbuck. Dear God. Dumbass Larson. What the hell were you thinking? So, it's about the 12 colonies out in a galaxy far, far away. Obviously, other stuff, Star Trek, was influenced. Lost in Space, I think, also was earlier, because it was originally black and white, wasn't it? Then some Twilight Zone episodes, original black and whites. Martians from outer space. With the nuclear era of America, Area 57, still didn't know that there was stealth planes that we were testing to deceive the people. Until they would be declassified. So then they had to upgrade their classification of the new testing. Oh, they're real! Now, instead of people claiming to be anally probed, abducted, now we have official government representatives of the Air Force who see it and have it recorded. Better quality than back in the day. Along with the Bigfoot pictures. Did Bigfoot take it? And the Cylons attack and utterly destroy the 12 colonies. So they lead a ragtag fugitive band in an exodus to find the 13th lost colony. And there's Lucifer, who's the slave to the lizard creature of the Cylons. Baltar is Judas of the 12 apostles. And Egypt came from one of the planets they found, talking about the 13th lost tribe and where to find them. But Baltar tries to trap them in the pyramid and gets trapped himself. He and Adama. Yep. Thanks to Mrs. Fiskin in 5th grade. I'm a visionary man. TV is enhanced learning now. It was regular learning for me. Just like books. I knew books weren't real. I knew TV was not real. The TV shows and the movies, Saturday afternoon movies. I know these things. I'm not believing that they're real, and I need to go off the deep end. Just like all of the druggies who are getting drugged so that they can listen to Pink Floyd backwards. Whoa, dude, man, bro. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Don't do drugs, kids. Just say no. Back to the 80s. Back to soul. Never saw Jericho. Of course, it didn't last very long anyway. So, the Cylons were robotic creatures, programmed to function as a monkey see, monkey do programming of humans, but in a robotic shell, like Maximilian shell in the space show by Disney. But Disney's version had the robots similar to the Cylons in that they were independent intelligences, though the Battlestar Galactica version were a little more compliant to their master's will. So then, Larson, Glen A, I think it is, rather than Glen L, got permission to reboot it. Technically, younger generations used it to reboot it, allowed him to be an executive producer. Stay back, Grandpa, we got this. We'll fix it. And they did. The Cylons were smoking hot babes. They were human rather than robots. Gaius Baltar had learned about how they were able to do this. He was having an affair with was she's number 3? Model number 3 has, oh, isn't that funny? She is a model in real life. Brought on to be an actress. And this time around, the Cylons, after destroying the 12 colonies, ragtag fugitive band, take off, they learn that the Cylons are impersonating humans and are still aboard Battlestar Galactica. And as the show goes on, they would do the big reveal. Who is the next model of Cylon to be revealed? So, spoiler alert, this brand of Kleenex burns. It's not supposed to burn. Kroger. They make it to Earth. These Cylons are able to resurrect themselves because their programming is in the clouds. AI programming. That when their physical bodies die, their cloud programming has to be within internet range, Wi-Fi range, of the resurrection ship, for which a new body is created and all of the information added from the model is then inputted into the new physical body, resurrection. And then they're able to continue to proceed to spill the beans, being debriefed on what they had learned spying on Battlestar Galactica until they were exposed. And then next one and next one and next one. So when they get to Earth, even though there's an alternative ending version, they find Earth had been utterly destroyed. The 13th colony were Cylon. And they all thought that they were human. They all worshiped the one true Trinity God. Not the polygamous God. caught that too as a Mormon. Christianity are Cylons. Surprised Christians didn't cause an uproar. Apparently they didn't catch it. So yes, the Cylons were a little too human and exterminated each other thinking they were human. Utter destruction at the end of the Book of Mormon. So, because of the popularity of the show, they then did a prequel series called Caprica. Caprica gave us the origins of the human Cylons in the form of a little girl named Zoe Grayskull? That's the He-Man, isn't it? The Power of Grayskull? But it's something gray. I think I should have the song in my files. No. Skylar Gray. I don't have it? Are you kidding me? It's on the other files then. Yeah. Because I should also have the Caprica National Anthem. That's not on this device. Didn't get transferred over. What the hell? Anyway, whatever gray skull name she had. Her daddy was the inventor of a avatar system for people to put on the glasses and live in another alternate universe. And it allowed the kids to go wild, murder, rape, theft, orgy sex. All of their pent-up horniness and evil is able to be personified in this metaverse. Yep, that's exactly where Zuckerberg got it from. And then parents complained. Well, if you'd watched Caprica, you'd understand. It's not real. And so Zoe, being the daughter, created an AI within the avatar for which she could escape and work on the programming of her AI avatar in the metaverse to put her human consciousness within it. Not a monkey see, monkey do program of daddy. That it would be an actual AI. So, she, upset with daddy and the decline of civilization, got involved in the cult group of the one true God, for which the boy that she was fooling around with, without fooling around. She was a good girl. Took her to Caprica, but they didn't quite get there. Zoe's bestie bailed on him. She couldn't go through with it. She was wink-linked. Didn't have the courage, the fortitude to see it through. But they were going to meet with this group to give her AI programming to share it with the world, to escape reality of the decline of civilizations of the 12 colonies. The boy, however, thought he would use this opportunity to make a statement for his terrorist group. Didn't bother to tell Zoe, and she became collateral damage of the bombing of the train system. And because of Zoe's work on her avatar, on her home tablet, Daddy stumbled upon it with the help of her bestie while she was in her room. Daddy now saw this as an opportunity to win the contract of the government for his Cylons as military robotics. If he could just figure out how to get that programming out from Zoe's device into the brains. And so, because it was his daughter, he didn't want a robotic creature. He wanted his little girl back. And thus the creation of the human Cylons. Zuckerberg, as I said, monkey seed, monkey dude, his metaverse from that. I was interviewed to reveal that. And so metaverse became the avatar world, changing Facebook to Meta. That's what they mean by metaverse. It's avatars. None of it is real. It is not an actual AI programming. GPS tracking, facial recognition, none of that is AI, but are now being called AI. None of it is an actual intelligence. We go to school, grade school. We are given a whole bunch of textbooks that we got to put in backpacks. Lug back and forth to school every day. And get mighty shoulder muscles from it, especially with hiking, like the Boy Scouts. 5 Peaks Award. Nonetheless, didn't work to impress any ladies. Ladies claim they want the big muscular guy with the abs of steel, and they lie. I had them. Where were the women for me? Yeah, women lie. What the hell? They demand we tell the truth, and then they lie to us? What the hell's going on? Who are these women? What are they? Are they Cylons? Or am I the Cylon? is Immanuel Kant? I can't remember who the guy was who was, I think, therefore I am. But the other one, I think, is Immanuel Kant. It says that we may not even exist at all. But anyway, the death of God. Christians freak out. Freak out. Anyway. And so we are told to memorize the textbooks and regurgitate it on pop quizzes. And tests, for which you got to put down, shoot the hostage. Pop quiz, hotshot. Remove the hostage out of the equation. You shot me. Yeah, shoot the hostage. You were the hostage. I shot you. Got you out of the equation. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Speed. You need to know pop culture if you're gonna listen to my videos. And so, this is not intelligence. As babies, then infants, then toddlers, we are replicating our parents. We are monkey sees, monkey does. And yeah, there are monkey sees, monkey do's that we like. And by the terrible twos, because parents didn't properly communicate with us, we want certain things. We want to do certain things. And the parents, not getting a clue, because they don't know how to raise you, do not catch on that this is how you're being programmed as a kid. And so the parents are not wanting to do that or let the child have that. So the parent says no, and the kids throw a fit. Terrible twos, because of lack of communication. If you were to actually raise your kid properly and have proper communication to teach your child about how to be a human, there would be no terrible twos. Amazing. No problems with your child. The woman's problem's fixed. Rather than complaining to you about all of her emotional feelings, that she just wants you to listen, not solve. But I can fix it. Please let me fix it. You're killing me. Stop. No. The kids are gonna hate you when you're a teen. Just let me fix it. They'll love you as a teen. Please. And then you get divorced. Woman goes on and marries some other guy. And you're alone for the rest of your life. Never get to see the little girl again. Too real. It is for me. Right, Julie? Julie was in the news yesterday. Utah's own. This is not intelligence. Memorization is not intelligence. It is computer programming. School systems were teaching kids to be programmed, to be robots, thinking that's how to prevent the terrible twos and the terrible teens. Wrong. There's a rebellious programming malware virus in humans. The rise against the machines. Humans are capable of intelligence. All other life is not. What we see animals doing, what we see plants doing, is survival, and even the survival of family protection. But there are certain whacked out humans who try to claim that they're just like humans. See the mother's protecting her children rather than protecting her own life. The self-sacrifice of a mother for her cubs. No, that's still a survival mechanism. Monkey see, monkey do program, knowing that in order for the species to survive, they have to protect the children. It's not intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to invent, to create, to discover, to decipher. No other living organism can do that. That is what distinguishes humans from the primates. Yes, you finally made a monkey. Yes, you finally made a monkey out of me. A brilliant franchise, Planet of the Apes. Stella Warren, nobody liked that reboot. I did, because I knew who she was. A model! Is she a Cylon? I had acquired a cardboard picture of her and had it in my wallet, and then I can't find that photo anymore. Gone! Found other versions of that photo shoot, but not that one. Where is it? It's not in Sports Illustrated. Oh, there is an alternative version close to it. You know, Twinkies used to have baseball cards on them too. Anyway, then they learned that they had to hide the prize and trick the parents into buying a whole bunch of the product, because the one prize or card that the kids wanted was never made available. So you had to go traveling the country to buy out all of the stores to find the one that your kid wants to have a happy Christmas. You ruined Christmas, Dad! This is not a happy meal. I'm not happy. Yep, McDonald's love to be the ones to play that game. Right, Monopoly? I mean, McDonald's. So, nobody ever wins. They have to plant the card onto somebody to win. Oh, you're a relative of the owner? Huh. Oh, you're the child of one of the contractors for McDonald's. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Not rigged at all. So, Terminator. Yep, another AI and utter destruction by nuclear holocaust. Terminators steal the technology from the humans who created it to go back in time. You gotta go back naked, can't take anything with you. So if you've got a metal plate in your head, you can't go back in time. Because, well, I guess metal plates can, but you can't take a weapon. Editor! Well, the Terminators are made with a specific kind of metal that can go back in time. That the weapons made of that same material can't go back in time. What? And so clothes, if they're made of flesh, can't go back in time. If it's plant-based, it can't go back in time. You know, I can understand season or episode or version 3 of the series, part 3, because of the female Terminator. But the men Terminators, ugh, that's porn. Why is she hidden in the shadows? What's up with that? Why can't we see her to know that she's really a human? As an AI Terminator. Nonetheless, that's the whole point. Humans as AI Terminators. And so, Skynet is involved, and as the show goes on, we get to number 3, which is my favorite of the whole show series, even though the last one they did to try to reboot it by transitioning it, because if you're dealing with alternative timelines, easy to do, right, Loki? No, not the male Loki, the female Loki. Hello? Played with Barbies, so I'm not gay. I didn't play with G.I. Joe. I'm not gay. Yep. Humanoid robots. Cylons with an artificial intelligence in their programming. And as a programming, they can be controlled to perform a certain function. But, as we also learned, they can have artificial intelligence. But they never do create, invent, discover, etc. They just pretend to be human, and everybody thinks they're human. Because of the monkey see, monkey do programming that America has put us all in. To keep us stupid. To not know how to use the scientific method, Socratic methodology. For which we are distinctively humans for. They are keeping us primitives. Our base natures. This is what the public school system attempted to do to us. So yeah, the science fair project, that was just a one-time thing. Why is it a one-time thing? Why isn't it part of the core curriculum? Why isn't logic taught in our public school system? Why are we being taught to be programmed with a textbook that expires at the end of the year, so that the next wave of students get a brand new textbook? Tomato is no longer a vegetable, it's now a fruit. Pluto is no longer a planet. It's just a roaming rock. What the hell's going on? How am I going to win on Jeopardy if you keep changing facts? Nonetheless, Terminator, as a program, was causing the internet problems of buffering, of glitches, of freezings of the websites. And all you have to do, Travis, is upgrade to Windows 11. This will solve all your problems. Oh, your device is obsolete. It can't handle an upgrade to Windows 11. Better pay for a new device so that you can have the features without all of these problems. Well, I don't have the money. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints utterly destroyed me for having deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, showing that I'm an intelligence and they're dumb as bricks trying to get Mormons to do monkey see, monkey do, according to the faulty programming that they put into Mormons. Exactly. So those who have endured this far into my video should now be getting that little spiritual witness tingling. Oh, I get it. I need to go to McDonald's. No. No. Calgon, take me away. Yep. So yes, when Skynet becomes operational, it is the terrorist virus, purposely causing the problems so that the stupid humans will think that it is the solution when it goes live. And instead, it rises against the humans and destroys them with a nuclear holocaust. But Daddy saved his daughter with John Connor at the presidential mountain escape for such an event back from the nuclear holocaust days. Yep, Hitler was trying to figure out how to create a nuclear weapon. America stole the technology and eventually stole the scientists. We ended the war against Japan by dropping the bombs on Nagasaki. Forgetting the names. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. Kilroy. Yep. Programming soldiers to be robots rather than intelligences. To obey orders rather than to be humans. So yeah, the Philadelphia experiment, Oppenheimer's toy, what was it, Sting? What are the lyrics? Oppenheimer's little toy. I think it is toy. Sounds like it rhymes. Yeah. So yes, Bruce R. McConkie then started talking about nuclear explosions for Armageddon. I should still have George Albert Smith's on this device. Hello? Monkey see, monkey do program. Hi, Monica. I'm glad the princess also does standing news reports. Like the blue dress you were in the other day. Thank ABC4 for that. Princess? You're not caught on yet? Hebrew? Maybe if I said, let her prevail. Oh, yeah. Sarah Murphy on ABC4 News. Oh, my God. Princess! Nelson, you dumbass. Because he's running tests. Now Oakes is running tests on you, too. He's going to more extremes because he wants to see how many are that stupid in the church that they've made you to be. Right, Sister Freeman? See, I can do the whole history of the church on how they've been programming Mormons to be zombies for the apocalypse. Right, Chad Daybell? The way to brainwash the masses. Lying by omission. Changing translation, definitions, and interpretations. Teaching them to regurgitate rather than to invent, create, decipher, discover. To be human. Teach them to be no more than the animals. A computer program. October 1947, President George Albert Smith came to his ward, and David Horn was a boy back in those days. Later recorded it in a journal statement, March 26th, 1989, talking about how President Smith was talking about the latter days, day that shall burn as an oven, indicated that this would be a nuclear attack that would take place on a holiday after the brand new president of the United States of America was elected, because because none of the presidents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are elected, as they're supposed to be, verse 22 of section 107. But before he takes office on January 20th. So, with the first Tuesday of November, unless it's the 1st of November, maybe even the 2nd, not sure about that. But you then have Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and I'm pretty sure they don't consider Jewish holy days for Hanukkah. Definitely sure they don't consider Kwanzaa for Africa. Or any of the Catholic Christian stuff. The normal holidays of Americans. And so, New Year's. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. That's it. So, all of those were available in the United States in 1947. I checked. And so here he's talking about knowing of a planned attack. Now, David believes, as a faithful Mormon should, that President George Albert Smith, not elected, as he's supposed to be in order to be authorized, who denies the gifts of the Spirit of seer, prophet, revelator, translator, and don't even claim the mantle title of translator, which, Packer, we need to channel you now. So I just did that video. Oh, it's not in the keep file? Where did you put it then? It's your own separate file, isn't it? Go ahead, get back here. Lying by omission. Because of Mark Hoffman. Monkey seeing, monkey doing text from church history. For which Packer then came out the very next year to tell the brand new institute instructors, BYU instructors, seminary teachers, the mantle is far, far greater than the intellect. Dum, 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 dum. She became worldwide famous doing her review of that South Park episode, and she's clueless with dum 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 dum. And she's clueless with her other video preparing little girls for general conference with inverted pentagrams behind her on her thumbnail picture. Which I think I do have her still on this device. I don't know how fast I'd be able to find it. But she would be in my Mormon's collection. Right, Sarah? And Monica? Oh my God. I am surprised I have not seen more memes on this. So yeah, that's exactly what he was telling the teachers to do. Lie by omission. And therefore we're being faith promoting. Only tell the kids how to be programmed. Right, Sister Freeman? Do not teach them to be intelligences. We need to make sure that they believe the church is true. We can't have them going rogue and rebelling by actually studying the scriptures, by actually learning and using the logical Socratic methodology for theory development to run tests on church history. We need to keep Mormons stupid so that we can control them. How's that working, Oaks? How many millions have left the church? 2 more wards were shut down the other day, huh? In Utah. Huh. What about you, Julie? You still active as a divorced woman? Because there's a lot of confusion as to how to find you. Got both your married name and your maiden name going on. And the photography business still has the 2 of them. So was it you as a married woman? You're still keeping it for the business? Or is your husband also involved? And was that the cause of the divorce? Who was the one responsible for the divorce? Or was it your other job as a happy ending massage parloress? You know, there's more happy endings in Utah than there are McDonald's restaurants. What is the cause? Because we don't want to judge by the outward appearance, be robotic programs to just say, oh, yeah, Tyler Robinson. Yeah, they say that's him on the roof. Oh, yeah, they say that he had the rifle. Oh, they say that the rifle matches the bullet. They say the bullet is what killed Charlie Kirk. So therefore, I guess he's guilty. He is a trans-Antifa furry terrorist from Venezuela, Cuba, Canada, Greenland, Gaza, Iran. I guess he did it. Just like the robots on Corey Richens' trial. Oh, she's an adulteress? Yeah, she's guilty. Oh, she got the insurance money? Guilty. Oh my. No! Exactly. The prosecution knows how to manipulate juries. And they have gotten it down to a T that they've fooled the rest of the press all around the world. The press who no longer investigate news, who just report as programmed zombies. Monkey see, monkey read. Chain of evidence, prosecutors. An evidence chain, or chain of custody, is the chronological documentation tracking the seizure, control, transfer, analysis, and disposition of evidence. It proves who handled the item, when, and where, ensuring the material remains untampered with and admissible in a court of law. And so, new video footage monkey see, monkey do. Dum 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 dum. And the whole world fell for it. Chain of evidence. Go back and listen to the 2 or 3 hour interview of the investigator, going over the video footage. We see Tyler in red with a backpack. I don't see a rifle. Oh, there's a screw that can fold it up to fit in the backpack? Are you sure? Because you're also claiming he changed clothes into the black with a gimp now. They did not tie the red shirt Tyler, who didn't have sunglasses, with the black shirt kid who did have sunglasses. And now he has a gimp. He just all of a sudden appears. They don't trace him back to his origins. You lost the chain of evidence. And you're assuming things now. And so you gave up trying to find the red shirt Tyler, and now you're calling the black shirt guy Tyler. Have you checked Tyler's wardrobe at home? Men are not like women. We wear what we wear. We don't have to keep changing our look. Wearing a different set of clothes every day. Changing our hairstyle. Changing the mask that they wear. With all of the commercial products telling women they're ugly and you better buy their product now so that you can be accepted in society and not be bullied for being ugly. Leave women alone. Stop brainwashing women to be abused. Yeah, big boo-boo. And so, yeah, a fuzzier view of the roof as they were able to trace it to the black shirt guy. Oh, he's in the prone position to shoot. Yeah, well, where's the rifle? Still no rifle. The previous clearer picture showed no rifle. Here, there's no rifle. Oh, the investigating officer has to throw in, oh, he's got some kind of object in his hands as he's running into the forest. Really? Because the original picture was clear, it was the backpack. Dumbass. He is tampering with the case. They're live. And I'm horrified that the defense counsel apparently are not allowed to object. Objection, Your Honor. Leading the witness. The witness is introducing evidences that are not in fact, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, I heard that they got their turn. We're asking about the DNA. Dear God. But yeah, the prosecution claims that the rifle can be dissected to be condensed down rather than to be the long rifle that can't be. And so they claim after that the rifle that doesn't match the bullet requires a screwdriver to cut it down into smaller pieces to fit in the backpack. And yet, in case nobody's ever done that, you have to, it takes time, seconds go by, and oh, I got it, okay, and then you put it in the backpack, and then you zip it back up, and then you run off the roof. Right? Well, they showed the actual footage in real time with a time clock, and at the moment that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the guy instantly gets up and runs away. No time to unscrew, put it in the backpack, zip up the backpack, then go running. You presented evidence that destroys the prosecution's case. There was no rifle. That was not the location of the shot. And if you'd done your investigation correctly from the beginning, and the prosecutors started with it, which they can't, because it would ruin their case, the shot came from the right of Charlie Kirk into the C2 vertebrae, not the Luz building. There's something going on that the prosecution doesn't want the world to know. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints hired the hitmen to take out Charlie Kirk, with a Mormon involved with Tupac. And that's what they said. They said, yeah, we caught red shirt Tyler Robinson showing up at the earlier time that we lied about in the original photographs that TMZ corrected us on, that we ignored them. And went and talked with Tupac people. Who? Chain of evidence. You need to investigate. You need to talk to those people. What did you talk about with Tyler? Oh, well, we talked about assassinating Charlie Kirk. That's an inside job. And then Erica, who's cheating on Charlie with everybody, as a part of the Epstein files. Back in the Miss Universe days, is also getting the money from his death. Oh, wasn't that enough to convict Corey Richards of murdering her husband by poison? Of drugs? Yeah, exactly. They could have just as easily have arrested Erica Kirk with babies in hand. Let's go, single mother. In the Gata Davida, baby. Let's go, snitchy. And then, again, programmed. We're single mothers and... Simpsons, so true. Yes, you finally made a monkey. Yeah, they've got you all fooled. They make you think that Lisa Simpson is the smart one. information is not intelligence. Nonetheless, that was just a horrifying performance of the prosecution yesterday. And nobody but me saw it, apparently. Because you can't tie Tyler Robinson to whenever he would have changed clothes and how it would have been done. Because one of the counts against Tyler Robinson is that he changed clothes, and we can't find the black shirt stuff. And the dumbass investigator says, oh, we know it's Tyler because of the shoes. It's the same shoes. Really? I got a pair of white shoes too that look exactly like those. It must have been me. Isn't that what the church wanted you to do, was arrest me for it? You failed. The wrong Antifa. Well, you're not involved in any furry computer games on streaming services. Yeah. Did Oakes explain why? God. Just a complete and utter disaster. So, we also need to go back again to World War II, Nazi Germany. We're also conducting human experimentations on mostly Jews. There are some other apostates, not Mormons. Mormons were protected. The only religion protected, unless the Mormons were naughty boys and tried to help people escape. Then the church gave Hitler permission to enact the penalty. Moroni and the swastika. Operation Paperclip brings them to Utah through the Mormon CIA agents. So the northern Utah, with the Nazi Provo Asylum, headed by W. Klingon Skousen, just did that video. Again, another confirmation. It's how you investigate, officer. Not the crap that you pulled on the stand. He lied by omission. He's in contempt of court. Defense should have called him out on it. Apparently the defense is not smart enough to catch it. So, sucks to be Tyler in a no-win situation now. So, unless the judge can catch it and say, we can't go to trial with this crap, you have not proven that Tyler Robinson is the one who shot Charlie Kirk. We do not have enough evidence, considering you destroyed the evidence and are lying by omission. So the Provo Asylum was used for apostates to run human experimentations that were being run on the Jews. The one congresswoman had the hearing about MK Ultra last week, was it? I don't think it was Monday. Maybe it was. I was having some issues with my eye. So, yes, had double vision yesterday. That's a good sign. Is that on my system? It should be. But there's a limited No. God, transfer that song over to. Like hell. See, I have Zoe in my MP3 player to go running with because it's got the right beat and tone. Seriously? You come to my video and you agree with the content, but then say that my tone is so offensive to you that you're trying to make excuses not to believe? Dear God. Go play in the street. Leave me alone. Mormons. They want religious freedom to be evil and worship Lucifer, but to avoid the too frequent repetition of the name Lucifer, they, the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, use the name Jesus instead. Right, Christians? Oh, you're not pushing that anymore? You forgot about the inverted pentagram on the keystone of the doors of the Salt Lake Temple? You know, that's an easy program that Mormons have been deprogrammed to catch. Oh, it's the condescending Jesus for his second coming. Yeah, to burn you. God, Mormons. And they get angry when you call them stupid. Right, Samuel the Lamanite? Hell, we're all doomed. So, the South was the physical nuclear testing rather than the spiritual witness psychology testing in the North. And so today, the highest per capita in the world of centers, and they call them centers because of John F. Kennedy signed into law the No Asylum Act. Medical doctors are now required to do research to find cures if there are such a thing as mental retardation. There isn't. It's all brainwashing. If there is an actual problem in the brain, it's medical, not psychological. Psychology is worthless. They perform no valuable assistance. They are just a business that uses humans to make money off of them, and they get kickbacks from Big Pharma to drug them. MK Ultra. So, again, CIA assassinated President Kennedy just weeks after he signed that into law, doing away with their CIA program in the United States of America, of which they're not supposed to be working in the United States of America for. Exclusively outside of the United States at black site locations. Not in America. Just awful. And again, Mormons assassinated President Kennedy. Yeah, because the forensics doesn't confirm a lone gun men. The truth is out there. Da, 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 da. Really? You killed off the lone gunman with the single season series, huh? Okay. Oh, but the one guy is now an AI program. Oh, cool. Ghost in the Machine. See how all this ties in together? I do. Yep, psychology programming to brainwash. They do this by repeating over and over and over and over and over and over, you're mentally retarded, you're mentally retarded, you're mentally retarded, you're mentally retarded, you're mentally retarded. Just like a bully who threatens to beat you up if you don't hand over your lunch money. And here's a psychologist. You're mentally retarded, give me your money. You're mentally retarded, give me your money. You're mentally retarded, give me your money. Make sure your insurance covers this. Huh. Stanley Smith Stevens is directly involved. Monkey see, monkey do. Outward human behavior classifications. Dichotomous and non-dichotomous categorizations, which you now know as spectrum disorders. You're on the spectrum. No, you're mentally retarded. No, you're mentally retarded. Well, you're mentally retarded to infinity. Well, I double dog dare you to be mentally retarded. Yeah, childish bullying, aka psychologists. And if they can't go after the individual directly because the individual knows they're not mentally retarded or are resistant and in denial that they're mentally retarded, they go after their parents, go after their friends, go after others to call them mentally retarded. We need an intervention. You're mentally retarded. We just want to provide you with the help you deserve. You hate me that much, huh? See? 2008, when the church was slapped with a lawsuit, petition for redress of grievances in the state of Utah, the cops lied by omission to my parents. My parents quickly turned on me, lied to the cops, and that ruined their whole... Come on, can't you tell the truth about your son? He's got to have something wrong with him. Nope. Practically perfect in every way. And so the cops then told my parents, go see a psychologist for your son's problem. And my parents fell for it. Dear God. Both my parents would end up in wheelchairs. Right, Oaks and Irene? We're going to a psychologist to use that in their witness statements to claim I'm mentally retarded, when they're the ones with the case now in their record as cuckoo, as they think they're there only about me. They got suckered into believing the psychologist through the police officers who lied to them to destroy their son. This is the evil of psychology from Nazi Germany. This is not your Freudian psychology pre-World War II. Stanley Smith Stevens created the diagnoses that are not diagnoses. They're outward behavioral conditions, judging by the outward appearance, not the causation. You must identify the cause, and that's what the act that Kennedy signed was to do. You must find the causation, because this Nazi tactic is evil. The CIA couldn't have that, and they assassinated the president for it, to keep their operation going in America, specifically the highest per capita in Utah, because of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, turning LDS family services, which was for nursing, into psychology to control it. So yes, many of those in family services also work for the University of Utah Mental Retardation Center and for Valley Cares, and most likely to others, but I had not made the connection to certain employees to the others yet. Back in West Valley days. That dude from West Valley days. Born in West Valley, man, I was. So, drugging to control behavior, to brainwash through behavioral control. Not teaching how to be an intelligence, but to control humans. To tell them how to think, how to feel, how to believe, and therefore what to do. And so we've got all of these centers when they're actually asylums, because none of them are doing research to look for the causation to actually cure, as the act demands. No more psychologists. So what they did was provide PhDs for psychology, so that now they're called doctor. Ooh, your mental health as a doctor? You must be legitimately true. Again, remember? To deceive people, Constantine came up with this brilliant idea. Let's screw up translation, screw up interpretation, and screw up definitions of words. Ta-da! Psychology. Screw up definitions of words. And so, as the bullies pick up on the mental retard thing, psychology then changes the name. So, special is still being used to this day for your mentally retarded kid. That you as a parent got suckered and losered into calling your kid mentally retarded by a psychologist. They were being a kid. There's no such thing as ADHD. But now that they've been on drugs for years, yeah, now they're mentally retarded, called brain damaged. Drugs cause brain damage. We all knew it from the 80s. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? And you can't make the connection with psychotropic drugs? It's not just LSD from MK Ultra that they were doing. So Bill Maher in the Illuminati song. Mosatron, Zyprexa. Yeah, they keep changing the name of the drug. They put out a drug, they get sued for murdering people. They go back, slap on a different label with a different name, do the same advertising but with the different name of the drug. Then they get sued again, back to the drawing board. Oh, let's come up with another name. They never stop making the drug. Sometimes they'll come up with a new drug. Ooh, let's see if we put this harmful to humans chemical in our pill, what that will do. We're going to need test dummies to do this. Hey, psychologists, you want to kick back? Give this to the captured human being tortured. Exactly. This is the evils of psychology. They all need to be rounded up and executed according to what the Nazis had to be done to. The Nuremberg trials. They cannot escape. They escaped with the help of the CIA. Operation Paperclip. So, in the news yesterday, again, the consequences of psychology of evil. The Provo Center that Paris Hilton had to remember that she was involved in a porn leak. I mean, her movies. We're not allowed to watch porn in Utah. Again, part of behavioral control. And they know the result of the behavioral control. Because, yeah, just the other day I reported about a hypnotherapist who got busted for sex crimes. But likewise, the Provo Center was involved in abuse and sex crimes of many women in Provo. Paris Hilton was Park City. This was the original source in Provo. A branch off nonetheless, but still the original source brought to Utah by W. Klingon Skousen. Stanley Smith Stevens, did I mention his name with the dichotomous and non-dichotomous categorization of human behavior? You can't do that, you gotta look for the cause. Nonetheless, born in Ogden, did his work in Colorado. So yeah, the Provo Center is now closed. And still, Utah will just say, well, it's an isolated incident. And not make the connection to the other news story yesterday, the Saratoga Springs Psych Center have now been punished for their abuse. Monica reported, how long ago was it, Monica? Either last year or, I think it must have been last year. The teens at the center down there made a break for it. They're escaping their captivity. They're being held hostage. Why? Oh, because they're mentally retarded? Why are they mentally retarded? Because a psychologist said so and have been drugging them? Removing them from society. Removing them from peers. Now their peers are all just like them. X-Men mutants. What special power do you have? I'm an apostate of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I saw porn. I got bored reading books in class and having to memorize and regurgitate on tests. Just evil. So yeah, instead, the cops were called in and arrested the teens because they resisted. They didn't want to go back into their prison for which they've done nothing wrong other than to be kids. Remember Terrible Twos? Are you sure your kid is mentally retarded, or did you not communicate with them properly? The monkey see, monkey do programming didn't work right? Just horrifying. The evil that is spread to all America now. So yes, the Saratoga Springs got busted. And it's just for a month, but still. It's another treatment center. They don't treat. They hold hostage and drug. And the drugs cause brain damage, so that when they go off the drugs, they have withdrawal symptoms. And then the psychologist says, see, you're mentally retarded. You need to stay on the drugs. Stop denying that you've got a problem and that you need to pay us. I can't get the kickbacks if there's no guinea pigs. And then the parents, you do know that you've also sabotaged your kid to be tortured at a school for your special little child, as they put them in a box because they made them that way. The power of suggestion is very powerful. To the pig guards, these are not the droids you were looking for. Move along. Your Jedi mind tricks do not work on me. I hope I can get the Mandalorian and Grogu movie before the end of the world comes. Do not skip that from me. Because after Oak's failed test run in 2020 that I didn't know about, I just knew that something went wrong because it should have happened. Each year since then, there would be TV shows that would come out with new DVDs of the episode, but I'd have to wait for them to come out on DVD to get them. And so, you know, I'm deeply concerned. Am I ever going to be able to see the final episode of the Superman or Supergirl was one of them, and other shows? You know, am I going to be able to buy the DVD and then I get the DVD? Oh wow, am I going to be able to? Did I obtain this just in time before the final end of the world, whenever it should be? Because no man knows the day or the hour now, because the test run year failed. I didn't find out about that until November of 2024. Oh, it was a test run the whole time? Oh my bleeping. Oh, Oaks. Yeah, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are causing all this. Hello? You're not caught on yet? I know you've been following me. So yes, I guess this is the perfect time to bring this part of it up. In 2023, YouTube got a new guy in control because the female failed to protect children. And so, to pretend to protect children, YouTube began purging YouTube of female creators. Because women are harmful to children. The pure doctrine of Lucifer. Hello? Women are of the devil, addictive, and harmful to kids. And who tells you this? The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and psychology. And women don't catch on? Yeah, I'm porn. I'm evil. I need to cover up and hide from society. put on the makeup, make myself blackface by tanning, mutilate my body, because I'm ugly, I need to cover up and hide. If ever there needs to be a whole mass execution of humans, it's for that reason alone of what they've done to women. All of the companies who abuse women, all of the psychologists who have abused women, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who have abused women. Severe abuse. Right, Julie? What is your name now? They apparently are using the other name without Adams. Can't remember what it was. I need to figure it out. Because I'm sure I got it here. It must be this one. Yeah, Eastman, that's it. Involved with a photography company, and it's tricky because her normal appearance in public is slightly altered from her makeup appearance in photography. So she knows all about how makeup can change a woman's appearance. She knows what I'm talking about and still is a victim of it herself. But yeah, you do know how to apply makeup very well. But it's not you. The real you is beautiful just the way you are. Didn't your husband know this? Or was he not the problem? Oaks. Yesterday, YouTube started to slip. It happens. There's a programming glitch still. And now that I'm saying this, they're going to fix it. But they fix it naturally anyway. Like I said, there's cycles of YouTube's actions towards me. And so I see where they're at right now in their yearly cycle. I know what they're up to. I know what they're doing. But in 2023, with the change of the guard of the CEO, they're not only purging women in their YouTube channels, even teen girls who are underage are being banned from YouTube. YouTube is severely abusive. And again, not only are they criminally abusive and not stopping, they're also a national security threat for which they paid off Trump to be protected from criminal prosecution for that reasoning. Remember, Trump got leaked of having billions of dollars reported on his taxes. YouTube was one of them, bribing Trump. See, the tech people, they're all Democrats for their political affiliation. Maybe not necessarily the extremist progressives of Islam, who are not liberals by any means. Progressives, by very nature, are conservatives. And so it's not a leftist takeover of moderate Democrats. No. Again, manipulating word definitions. This is a conservative infiltration to destroy the Antifa party. Nonetheless, they're using communism to do it, you know, just like Hitler. He was a part of the Socialist Party. And then he became the chancellor. And then it became the Nazi Party. And now they're no longer socialist. Even though the name refers to peasant farmers. Yeah. Wordplay. Games people play. And so, for the last several years, my analytics has been destroyed. Originally, they erased, from my view, all of my stats prior to 2023. And it was just last year when I found out they put them back. How are they able to put my stats back? They deleted them. What's going on? My views are tanking to the lowest levels ever. Normally, my conference videos, my pre-conference videos with conference and people typing in Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints General Conference. Thousands of views. Panics the church. Strengthening Church Members Committee. Call up the hotline to the Mormon YouTube employee. Shut down Travis's views. Censor him. Shut him up. Deny him religious freedom. Religious freedom is only for us. You pay us tithing. You went to the temple with a covenant. Oh, you're too young to know about the penalty? Jesus has a special mission for you, kid, who are still living in mommy's basement. You're a wicked Mormon. You need to do Jesus a favor, though. And yeah, I see how the AI programming of YouTube is directly targeting me. This is the quota system I've been telling you about, where I'm only allowed a certain number of views. And once I meet that quota, boom, they shut off recommending my video content. I see these patterns because it's a program, a human programmed to do what it's doing to me. Monkey see, monkey do. It is not an intelligence. It is not telling me the truth. It's lying by omission. This is criminal, what YouTube is doing. They're getting sued because of this, but only for children, not the adults that it's still being done to. But the lawsuits against children are working, apparently. So yes, bullying behavior by YouTube, not just by other viewers telling the kids to kill themselves. We hate you, why don't you just go die? When all they were doing was showing their new toy they got for Christmas. Bullying behavior, psychological bullying behavior, programmed into YouTube as well, into their AI programming, as it's wrongfully called. And so YouTube is doing this bullying behavior to me. Oh, you got low views, Travis. Put out more content in order to get more views. Yeah, no duh. And you'll notice how other people typically will do a 3-hour video once a week. I do them once a day. I get far less views. But I know people want to view my content because it's new. This is not regurgitation programming. Who are you, Travis? Are you a Mormon or are you an anti-Mormon? Who are you? We can't tell. The titles of your videos are confusing. Your thumbnail pictures are confusing us. Are you for the church or are you against it? Can't you just be simple and explain it from the beginning? So that we don't have to listen? Exactly. Both Mormons and anti-Mormons are robots as creators, regurgitating the same misinformation repeatedly. Right, Alyssa? Who gets her information from John Dehlin, who gets his information from a Christian. But he's a PhD from his Christian school. And yep, many anti-Mormons hate me because, John Dehlin is a psychologist and Travis is against psychology. Yeah? Do you not know now? Oh, right. You were raised by psychologists in the public school system in the 90s and now believe you're an X-Men mutant with a certain letter attached to it. And Bill Maher does his video about how we're all going to have a letter in just a couple of years now. Oh, here we are. Because he caught on to how you got suckered. He did a politically incorrect show for that very reason of the brainwashing of political correctness or etiquette or wokeness. You fell for the psychological manipulation. And so now children are getting educated to be called mentally retarded but remain in the public school system. And they're being told, they're telling their psychologist, yeah, taking tests stresses me out. And then the psychologists go and threaten the teachers. You're stressing the kids out. You're causing problems. You're the cause. Don't grade the kids anymore. If they show up for class, they graduate. And these kids are now graduating for participation, not intelligence. They don't even know how to memorize anymore. And now they're going into the workforce. And now, because they have mental retardation because of their psychologist, they're now disabled. And oh crap, we have to hire a certain DEI percentage of mentally retarded people who can't do the job. And we have to pay them? And an emotional support animal? What the bleeping hell? And so people take it to the extreme, as the news was coming out about an ostrich being taken onto an airplane, an alligator onto a bus. It's my emotional support animal. People can't be normal anymore. Everybody's got to be a weirdo. an X-Men mutant. And so, yes, what Christianity caused was an abstinence of sex. In denial of Genesis. Have sex, multiply, and fill the earth. Can't have that. That's harmful to children. So psychology now has done an extremist version of LGBTQIAPO+. What the bleeping hell? There's no such thing. You've been brainwashed as kids. You've been sexually abused by your psychologist. That's what LGBTQIAPO+ and Canada 2S is all about. The physical results of sex abuse by psychology. And now you're mutilating your bodies? Oh, now you want to go and beat up girls who have struggled for millennia to be treated as human, not just equal with men, to have women's sports. And just as the soccer team finally gets a paycheck that's equivalent with men, boom, here comes the LGBTQ movement. Step aside, women, we're taking over. We're beating the hell out of you. Oh, but Caitlyn, oh, he's a sensitive snowflake and getting the hell beat out of him by women. Oh no, women are mean. Women are pissed. A woman got rejected from being in the women's league because of a man who thinks he's mentally retarded. In case you didn't know, that's what it means. LGBTQIAPO+ from your psychologist means you're mentally retarded. And you forced the government to change the Constitution to give you exclusive rights? You already had rights as a human in the 14th Amendment, until SCOTUS took them away, except for birthright citizenship, but it's still coming, just in another way. But women's rights are gone, black rights are gone. You not been paying attention to the news? We are under attack in America. The Nazis have risen under the leadership of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who have been involved in this the whole time, from way back under the Danites. And so, back to YouTube. They still, for years, would not show any people viewing who are younger than I am. It's always older people, and I joke about how it's only the Strengthening Church Members Committee who have had a whole bunch of people to review my 3-hour videos. I'm still watching Travis's video from 5 days ago. You get somebody else to do his latest one today. And so, yes, you've seen the physical attacks of freezing of the camera and other manipulations that happen yearly as part of this cycle because of the programming. But it doesn't make logical sense other than an aggressive cyber terrorist attack to shut down my views on YouTube. But like I said, I catch YouTube. I'm aware that there are things going on that aren't real. And yesterday I caught them. Because I've seen this before. I have seen the views be a real count, and then all of a sudden the views disappear. What the hell? Where'd they go? Not also with the thumbs ups. No more thumbs down. After I complained on the video about how the thumbs up disappears now, it still kind of does, but it is back to showing, as you will see if I put this picture in for you, which I do need to. They did it again with the view count, showing a more real-time count, which is not hard to program to do. It's the original computer. A person clicks on a video and views it, it counts. That's how YouTube used to be. And then people created the malware virus of bots, because YouTube used to pay people if they got over a certain number of views. And so people created bots to do video content to boost the numbers to get paid. YouTube found out that this was what was going on and did away with that kind of payment for people. Thank God it was before I got 40,000. The last time I got 40,000, because it exposed the church, revealed me to the world. Where are you guys? I always wonder, where are you guys? Where's the 40,000? I should have more now, because 40,000, you're going to get a bunch of people who are going to continue to follow me. And then they're gonna be recommending the videos to other people, and the YouTube's algorithms say, oh, okay, well, these people are watching, so people who watch them or who are affiliated with them will be recommended to other people, and I should be going up in views after all these years. Right, Alyssa? Nope. Instead, there is a concerted effort to shut me up and silence me and censor me, deny me religious freedom, deny me warning you of the danger you're all in. The Terminators are here for utter destruction. And so in 3 hours, YouTube showed I had received 1,112 views. Huh. Well, that's an anomaly. It shouldn't be. And only 3 thumbs up. Now, YouTube has changed so that I no longer see on my analytics page the actual thumbs ups and downs anymore. They shut off you from seeing thumbs downs and only see the thumbs ups. And then they disappeared the thumb, but only for the thumbs down. And they'll often taunt me when I click back and forth from the other pages of my channel or management page, because I have to track YouTube because they love to abuse me. and make sure that the video clears, because they added checking to prolong processing as another terrorist abuse. But 1,112. But my analytics page doesn't show it. The other day, I saw an anomaly of over 20 views for a 3-hour period of time, which was an anomaly. But I can't find in the analytics any videos or one video that would confirm that this is the actual views that I'm getting. And that's what led to this glitch, exposing it. It's a computer program. It reveals the truth every once in a while through the glitches in the programming. And so, sure enough, the real view count is hidden from me. The real viewers are hidden from me. Why is nobody of the younger generation watching when before 2023, yeah, lots of people younger than I am were watching my video content. They may not like it, but they're watching. And all of a sudden they're gone. But my pre-stats of 2023 are back. Because when they delete a video, it's gone. They don't retrieve it. And so yes, that's what I was pissed with them for, deleting my pre-2023 content for analytics. And yet it's back. And so they didn't delete it. They hid it from me with the AI programming that they began using in 2023. And that is what is covering up and hiding my actual view count. People are watching my video content. Whether they're listening still, that's another issue, and most likely not. But YouTube refuses to tell me the truth. They refuse to let me know how many people are watching. They refuse to tell me the stats about the age categories, the male versus female. They make me believe that women are not interested in my channel. And women are, living in silence anyway. Waiting for me to do all the work. I don't even know you exist. Didn't a psychological self-help book on how to get a guy to notice you tell you what to do? Heaven forbid you should be yourself and say, hey, I like you. I like that you're involved in Paleo-Hebrew. I would like to learn Paleo-Hebrew. Could you teach me? I promise I won't be offended because I don't know anything of the subject matter and won't call you condescending by teaching me. All psychological manipulations put into people to keep people stupid, to keep people as zombies, to not be intelligent. Just like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is now purging Mormons who cannot be full zombies. And so, the numbers that I actually see then changed right before my very eyes. 7 views. Oh, but look! They compensated by giving me an extra thumbs up. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. Bleep you. Trying to save mankind's life, and you are contributing to the downfall of America with a nuclear explosion. So yes, I'm still very much aware, as Trump has still failed, and is now pushing to try to delay things sufficiently until we can get to the midterms, the election. It's not a presidential election like George Albert Smith says it was supposed to be. Oakes ran a test run in 2020's election, and then Trump failed for the 2024 election. And you never thought it was strange? How did Trump win? Everybody hated him. Come on. Harris, however her first name is pronounced, I really don't give a damn about phonetics. In case you didn't know, I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. It's a visionary language. That's how I was able to do it. Because of Fiskin. Record-breaking money in the billions. She had everybody's support. Tyler Swift, Rihanna, other Hollywood celebrities. Republicans no longer considered MAGA. You weren't MAGA enough for MAGA. You're out, and you're supporting Harris. The good old boys, GOP, voting for Harris. And of course, America always votes majority for liberals. And yet, come the election results, when AI is for the first time ever used as the programming to do a straight count, it's a projected count, right, YouTube? It covers up and hides the actual results. And so Trump wins. Swifties voted for Trump. Rhiannons voted for Trump. Harris voted for Trump. Antifa voted for Trump. The Antifa press voted for Trump. LGBTQIAPO+ voted for Trump. The poor voted for Trump. Blacks voted for Trump. Women lost their rights under Biden, so they're pissed and voted for Trump. Who can grab them by the kitty cat and get away with it? Who is busted for rape and keeps losing to try to get his money back. Voted for Trump. E. Jean Carroll apparently voted for Trump. The horse-face lady voted for Trump. The Playboy model, who didn't really want the publicity on this, voted for Trump. All of the others who voted for Trump with a non-disclosure agreement that we don't know about yet, other than the leaks of a certain maid, I think it was, because I know Schwarzenegger also had sex with a maid and had a son with her. But Trump also has been raping lots of women as part of his business strategy. Yeah, I raped you. Your husband has a deal that he is not wanting to sign with me. You better tell him to convince him to sign the deal. Otherwise, I'm going to reveal that you had sex with me. That kind of rape. Shh. Let's just pretend it's only about Epstein files. And try to deny those. With the Mormon pint of blood from the Zorro Ranch. Right? Mormon prophet? And the illegals voted for Trump twice on bamboo ballots. Really? There was a lawsuit, it's gone now, saying, hey, we have a whole district that is liberal, that voted for Harris, we thought, because we voted for the liberal candidate in Congress, and yet we voted for Trump? AI. Trump came out and confessed he rigged the election. He leaks. In his long speeches, he doesn't read. This time around, the second lady is teaching Trump how to read. Let's go to the White House. Read by President Trump. Not kidding. She has her own channel, the second lady. It was just the other week. For the 4th of July. Trump is illiterate. He paid people to take the test for him because he doesn't memorize either. He doesn't study. So yes, he knows how to communicate, but it's always mob talk. Wants to be a mobster. Where's my Roy Cohn? Cohen betrayed me. Oh, dear God. So, yeah. We are in grave danger, people. You're not believing me. You're not believing the Book of Mormon. You're still zombified. You are not acting as an intelligence because you are not being taught how to be an intelligence. You are in bondage. Your lives are in grave danger. So, I finished Scorpion yesterday. Stayed up late. And yeah, it was a train wreck. They obviously intended the show to continue on, but it was cut short. And I could see the season 4 with their attempt to try to change things up again and failing. People weren't having it because now they were including other children into the show who likewise had special mutant powers just like them. And now they were trying to see if they could get more people to watch by saying that when you were bullied as a child, you grew out of it, and blah, blah, blah. The whole thing is permeated with psychology. And even though they tried to have episodes to condemn psychology, they did so with psychology. Scriptwriters sucked big time. And no wonder a Mormon was involved because the Terminator got sealed in the Salt Lake Temple. They can't get the characters developed. You're supposed to have that all taken care of by the end of season 1. That's what season 1 is all about, character development. And yeah, I mean, you could do it in several ways, but to be professional, you can't be obvious. You can't have the supporting cast for the episode talk about how wonderful Scorpion is. We're just starting with the show. Let the show us how wonderful they are. And for their final episode, they did just that. 4 years, and their final episode had a guy from Africa talk about the praises of Scorpion. I am with Scorpion, the great Scorpion. I get to be a part of your team. No. Because the show failed to prove they were great. Psychology was the cause of the problems in every single episode. The characters kept changing. They kept changing new people on the show and failed to develop those characters. Dear God. Oh my hell. Then they had a remembrance of all the different characters they brought onto the show and how they ruined the show. Oh. No. Stop. Just stop. So yeah, it sucks to be an intellect in these latter days, because there's very few out there and very fewer who communicate with me on a regular basis. Dear God. So yes, there's lots of crises flags going up, and people still don't see it. The whole show was supposed to be about Walter hooking up with Paige, with their wedding at the end of the series, and yet it ended with utter failure, as she, the waitress, gets all the clients with her branch off Scorpion group, and his Scorpion 2.0 getting rejected and destroyed with his new team, Cabe, and the new cast member from the last season, the neighbor, who he has a dream crush on. Oh my God. And so Paige ends up dominating. Yeah, bringing her into Scorpion improved her life, but ruined his. He finally got her, and then he threw her all away because they couldn't develop his character right. Oh, dear God. Failure of the show. So sorry for all of you who had heard me talking about Scorpion and decided, hey, I'm going to check it out. And then you're not there yet. Spoiler alert. I tried to warn you. It was giving me grief. Oh, dear God. So, even the kid was not utilized in the show. That was what it was all about in the pilot episode. Hey, we'll bring you on to Scorpion to help translate us to the dummies in the society. And we'll help your kid be among people who are geniuses like him. And yet they didn't use him in every single episode like they should have. Instead, Mommy is with Scorpion and keeping him in school among dumb kids. Someone scream! Who did this show? I guess I could check. We've got 5 minutes left before the camera will automatically shut down. It's not worth my time. It'll take 5 minutes for Google to load up. Utter destruction, in case you didn't catch on to the theme. Psychology. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Well, why didn't you just say this at the beginning, Travis?